We are currently talking about the Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey stepping down and right-wing reactionaries losing their minds over it and trying to, you know, fit their narrative into this conversation in perhaps the stupidest way that you can do. Anyway, as I was saying, this idea that like people are just investing or you know selling Twitter stock because Twitter has decided to like ban hate speech is so fucking stupid. Okay, it is the dumbest thing. No, dude, that has nothing to do with anything. Okay, your stock price changes or has a way more significant impact on your stock price. You know what has a way bigger impact on your stock price, dude? Like revenue generation opportunities, downsizing, okay? Mergers, acquisitions, things like that. Not fucking Twitter being like, oh, we're really sorry about hate speech. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, Twitter stocks are dipping because people can't say the N-word on the platform. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Brought up the idea of free speech. Here's Jack Dorsey articulating his thoughts in a crystal clear manner.
In terms of what we're trying to drive is opportunity for every single person to be able to speak freely on the platform. And
that's absolutely not true. You don't allow hate speech, so free speech is not on your platform.
Why do we let this happen? For the longest time, like, people have just been straight up self-reporting. Like, hate speech is the only free speech we care about.
Damn, 4 months. Time flies when you're depressed at the state of the world.
Yeah, it's not free speech, bitch. Shut the fuck up. This concept of free speech absolutism is not a real one. I can't believe I'm serving 2016 like post Gamergate tea right now. Okay, folks? I'm literally I'm serving fucking 2016 era anti SJW essayist Hasanabi content right now. Are you ready? Free speech absolutism is not a real position. There are zero platforms on this planet that actually do not regulate speech in any meaningful capacity. Every single platform, including 4chan Poll, which has a no bronies and no pedophilia rule, or even Gab and other areas where white supremacists congregate, still have free speech restrictions. The country that has the least amount of free speech restrictions is the United States of America in the Western world. Most of the other Western capitalist nations still have free speech restrictions. Their countries are perfectly fine. They're not on fire. And America still jails way more people than somewhere like Canada, where free speech is more restricted. And what I mean by that is, again, restricted as in hate speech restricted. Okay? You can't do hate speech. There's always like a little slap on the wrist or some shit like that. Now, having said that, Chomsky would like to have a word with you. Yeah, Chomsky is like one of... Yes, there's like 3 people like Chomsky. Come the fuck on, dude. And also, he is an intellectual, a philosopher, an academic. Stream died? No, it didn't. My stream is perfectly fine. On my end, I'm still streaming, and everything is good. I don't know why you guys said. Anyway, as I was saying, like, Chomsky's position of free speech absolutism is not one shared by any legislators. It's not one shared by any fucking any country. America does not have Chomsky's position on free speech. Like, the American government doesn't have that. There are still restrictions on free speech. Okay? In the United States of America, there are still restrictions on free speech. Just because American First Amendment rules allow hate speech to a certain degree does not change that reality. Okay, you still can't fucking yell fire in a crowded theater when there's no fire going on. You can still see the consequences of even like libel and slander and whatnot. You can still suffer the consequences of fighting words. That's another like old antiquated ass fucking U.S. law. It does not matter. Okay. And not only that, but you certainly cannot advocate for Palestinian rights and Palestinian freedoms. Anti-BDS laws have passed in some of these big red free speech states, like Texas. So, as I was saying, this idea of like free speech absolutism is not one shared by anyone.
I said,
speak freely.
Enable everyone, create the opportunity for everyone to speak on our service.
Unless it's hate speech, right?
And in part of that, the recognition that we're taking action on is that when some people encounter particular conduct, that we see them wanting to remove themselves from the platform completely, which goes against that principle of enabling everyone to speak or giving people the opportunity to speak. So rules are focused on the opportunities presented, and we have particular outcomes to make sure that those opportunities are as large as possible.
Okay, so this is a problem that you see, and I'm going to go next to the inconsistency about not banning global leaders. Do you see what he just said there? Do you see what, there was a very clear question.
They have banned global leaders, though. Like, Trump is not the only global leader that has been banned. They absolutely have. They absolutely have banned plenty of global leaders. Maduro is one of them, and accounts linked to Venezuelan leadership is another. Cuban leaders, as we've talked about, leaders in the Middle East have been banned. It's fucking ridiculous to assume that like Twitter does not ban global leadership. It's so stupid.
Question by Tim Pool. And I do want to hear from you guys if you see how perverse this is. And you see this a lot. Anyone who has, if you're married, you see this a lot where sometimes, let's say you're having an argument. And
also, the reality is the only person that is a global leader that consistently violated the rules and didn't get banned for the longest time was Donald Trump. So the reason why Twitter banned Donald Trump was because they were like, okay, dude, you have consistently broken the rules, and January 6th was like the fucking straw that broke the camel's back. Okay? That's it.